let's read this, shall we?
Hands on everything.
Anatomical sketches of both a drow and an illithid tadpole are accompanied by notes written in an urgent scribble. The parasite was nestled deep in the brain matter, illithid undoubtedly, yet the host seemed unaware while alive. No visible signs of ceramorphosis on the cadaver. Most strange. The final note is a single underlined word. Altered? Okay. I don't pick
Looks
that
like
up.
Hansen's our best bet for a cure.
Yes, and that's who we need to rescue in a bit.
Assuming he's still alive.
Okay.
Oh, he's alive. And we're going to find him.
That's the spirit, Will. That is your name, right? I hope so. How do I get out of... Okay, there we go. Also, hello, my name is Star, and welcome back to another episode of Baldur's Gate 3. Yay! It has been a few months since I last recorded. Took a little bit of a hiatus for a bit, but now we're back into it. Now I just need to make sure I remember the controls. I figured this one out. We can read this. Okay. Halsin's journal. Extraordinary happenings. While meditating in the forest, Nettie and I were ambushed by a pack of goblins, led by a drow. We had no choice but to defend ourselves. But that is not the extraordinary, or rather disturbing part. On the drow's death, a parasitic creature emerged from the corpse and attempted to escape. I managed to capture it and have the host's cadaver here in my study. I've told no one of my fears. Nettie suspects, but knows better than to ask. I will investigate further before informing the others. Kaga will demand answers I don't yet have. I had better record any further findings in a separate volume and keep them upon my person, lest prying eyes jump to the wrong conclusions. Oh, wait a second. I managed to capture it and have the host cadaver here in my study. Of your fears. Huh. And then we can investigate... Oh, I don't want to loot. I wanted to investigate. Okay. Use? Should we use? Also, what is this? Bullywug trumpet. Okay. Okay, just exploring, taking a look around. Alright. Okay, another trumpet. Oh, and there's more stuff to read. Let's see. Read. A select collection of the most notable letters sent from Candlekeep. Many are dry reports of celestial movements or incomprehensible details of arcane rituals. However, this letter catches your eye. To the sage Elminster over the past year, I've delivered many of your letters to Master Gorion, so I wanted to be the one to deliver this sad news. Alas, he is with us no more. Gorion and his ward left Candlekeep soon after your last letter to him arrived. They departed in the middle of the night, but were waylaid shortly after on the road to Burgos. The gate warden tells me that Gorion, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name right, or any of these names for that matter, saw to it that several of his attackers joined him in the next world before he was struck down. I hope this brings you the same grim comfort it brings me. Of his ward, there is no sign. In some better news, I received your letter to the library and was able to find much of the material you requested. It has been carefully secured and will travel with this letter. Yours in honor, Tristan P. Shale, librarian at Candlekeep. P.S. I hope you'll forgive my curiosity, but might I ask, why do you need so much information about Balspawn? What exactly are you working on? I wonder if this is to Sage Elminster. I wonder if we'll meet this fella. Okay, and I don't know if I want to read that, because I don't know if that would end up counting as stealing. Academic disclosure, this research was funded independently and conducted at a site in Avernus, the first plane of the Nine Hells. Candlekeep does not encourage or promote the entrapment of mortal souls. Soul coins as a concept, we have one, I think. As a concept, are one of merciless simplicity. The sum of personal and magical essence, the soul is bound into a minted piece of infernal iron and used as currency by devils and their cohort. They are frequently traded for their value, can purchase mercenaries, magical items, and even fuel the strange engines in the hells. However, there is a fascinating culture surrounding soul coins as well. I spoke to a devil who admitted she has one coin that she will never sell, for it was the bargain that got her promoted out of Lemure status. She connected me to a half-elf warlock who had promised his soul to a coin after death. I was able to look at his contract, which is reproduced below. Interesting. So I'm guessing this is the same coin that we have now. The next 50 pages appear to be painstakingly written legal document in Infernal, with a headache-inducing number of footnotes. Okay, I was gonna say, I think I should be able to read Infernal, but... I'm glad I took the time to check some of this. Let's see. Is this the same thing? I think so. Magic of the Weave and Introduction. Few try to understand the Weave, a true pity, for only they who are truly attuned to the Weave can rightly call themselves spellcasters. Thus comes the question, what is the Weave? It is an essential element of the universe. It runs through everything in unseen threads. It is what makes magic possible. It is also, though I will not go into further detail here, the goddess Mystra herself. See, Magic of the Weave, Mystra, and the Spell Plague. The Weave isn't magic, precisely. Rather, it is the raw material from which magic is woven, not entirely unlike how a collection of threads is shaped and formed into a garment. Those with the necessary talent and skill can manipulate the weave and perform magic by casting spells. Developing this skill takes years of learning and constant practice. You might have heard of those who can cast spells because they are born with an innate connection to the weave, commonly called sorcerers. That's a fun class. Though I haven't played that class. Have I played that class actually? I don't think I personally played it. Or worse, because they struck a bargain with an otherworldly creature, also known as warlocks. I have played warlocks. Do not be deceived. Their magic is unpredictable, uncontrolled, and in some cases not even rightfully theirs. No, to truly know and manipulate the weave is an art. Those wizards who master it will know the limitless power and beauty the weave provides. I wonder if this will come up later. Alright. Let's see, nothing here. So I'm guessing this is like Halsin's and Nettie's like personal study. Missive of Candlekeep. I think we read that one. We read that one. Oh, Oral Histories of Faerun. This book compromises several chapters, one for each cited source. Also, if you're not into this whole reading, this is probably what I'll continue to do throughout the playthrough, so kind of expect me to explore and just really dive myself deep into it, and this is my way of doing it. Let's see. It claims to contain first-hand transcriptions of oral histories of several storytellers throughout the realm. Chapter 4, Baldur the Swift, 700 years of age. Dang. Wood Elf, okay, that explains why the long age. Storyteller hailing from the wood of sharp teeth. It took me several 10 days of quiet habitation in the wood before the venerable Baldur felt comfortable revealing his presence to me. The longer I stayed, demonstrating I was no threat to his health and peace, the more open he was able to gentle inquiry. This tale, relayed to me on a chilly morning as we stroked a small fire between us, was like none I had heard before or since. I asked if it were fiction, and he insisted emphatically it was as true as his own right eye. Does he not have a left eye? Or long ago, before my eyes and ears, before your lonesome quill, dear scribe, there was an empire of people, or perhaps only belief. An empire of brain-eaters, soul-wasters. They call themselves Elithids, the flayers of minds. Okay, I'm glad I'm reading this. The children of Gith were bowed, bent in service to the flayers. That would explain our fallen comrades' dislike of the Lithids. A passionate people, made to serve a cold belief. The flayers were untouchable, their minds a great oppressor. No proud will or passion could break Gith's children free. Until, at last, a reckoning. Its source unknown, its power unproven, but its events history-making. The cowed would not be cracked. Gith's children fought back valiantly. Their freedom's theirs. The flayers bent and broken till today. Okay, on Death and Resurrection. Have you read this one? To have made return. I guess not. An excerpt from the ongoing metatext rebound by Josefa Elgin, a scholar excommunicated from the Church of Denier for her heretical efforts to reconstruct the metatext, her god's annal of lost and hidden knowledge. Of what value is a life? Far too esoteric a topic to warrant any serious critical consideration between these pages. Surely, or so it would seem at first glance. But once we push aside the mysticism and dewy-eyed sentiment so often clouding our assessment, it is clear that across all the spinning planes, each and every life does indeed have quantifiable value. It is simply that not all are equally valuable. Hold on. It is clear that across all those spinning planes, each and every life does indeed... Okay. I wonder if we're going to learn about... Oh, I forgot his name. Again, it's been a few months. Consider we already know that the deconstruction of our material form is not the end. If anything, our souls are more free after death, transcending planar barriers in search of resting place that best befits our deeds, beliefs, and station in life. But even in this assessment is subject to market forces. Lord Kellenber... Is that his name? Oh, yeah. Lord Kellenber weighing our souls against how thoroughly we have given them over to other gods, empowering them in turn. There is, of course, an alternate route, not the end of the path, but the chance to retread it. Clerics across the realms wield the power to return life to any soul deemed worthy or willing enough. It is strange, then, that these so frequently intersect with those deemed wealthy enough, for those components for such a spell are beyond the means of most mortals. I have interviewed those who have made such a return, and in truth have found them to be the most dull and unimaginative sort that I can not possibly imagine what it is they were so eager to return to. If a true assessment of the journey is to be made, then there is simply no replacement for embarking upon it oneself. Perhaps, one day, this great volume of learning will make me worthy enough to walk that path, and wealthy enough to return. Interesting. Man, we're getting a lot. This is going to be a reading episode, I suppose. There came to me a woman whom I shall henceforth call R. Greatly distraught at the unusual tempers of her husband, whom I shall henceforth call B. Very creative names. 3 months prior, he suffered night sweats, crying out from sleep that he bore the mark of chaos. 2 months prior, he'd taken to calling himself by the name of Sedavok. 1 month ago, he'd speak of little else but the throne for which he is destined. So this is 3 months prior. Okay, so this is B we're talking about. I attended to B at the couple's farmhouse. He sat calmly at the table, an unknown book clutched to his chest. I detected no curse nor loathsome spirit upon him, nor the presence of magic. Yet upon shining the light of candle flame upon him, he raised the book high and exclaimed, "The deaths they bring shall awaken the Father, and through them he will rise." I snatched the book from his hand and flung it to the hearth, where it burned not in red or yellow flame, but pure black. It left but a single scrap, reading, "He foresaw his coming death, and seeded his essence across the land." B shivered and sighed, as if waking from a nightmare. He had no memory of the book, nor the words he had spoken. Diagnosis: unspecified neurotic enthrallment. Treatment: herbal tincture of garlic and strace, sipped thrice daily until exhaustion lifts. Interesting. Okay. I think those are all the books. Oh no, this this is a whole library. Uh, read. This is okay. We've read that already. Oh, sightings records. A long list of owlbear sightings in the region, separated by date. The latest entry, written 10 days ago, says cub. The word is underlined several times. Okay. Okay, we've read that one. We've read. I'm guessing. I'm gonna assume that we've read all the books. At least
Something over there.
over where? I'm afraid to move to. I didn't quite catch. I don't think we've read this one. There came to me. Oh no, we have. Okay, that one's empty. I didn't mean to take that. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna use this from now on. Can I read? Okay. Well, no one was here to witness me steal whatever I just picked up. I hope it doesn't count as me stealing. Oh, I don't think we read this one. No, we haven't. This publisher's note claims this volume promotes magical theory too radical for the mainstream. This excerpt is attributed to High Artificer. That'd be a fun class to play one day. Thara Bryn of Baldur's Gate. I suppose they seek to silence me, believing that an artificer of the High House would not stoop to publish in any volume outside the great Condian journals they so diligently guard. But they forget that I am not so grand. Before I lent my name and my knowledge to the High House of Wonders and all the marvels therein, I was not but a lazy farm girl who liked to look up. And that was how I first saw them. The slow and serene earth motes, entire mountains migrating through the sky above. It was later I learned of their origins, of the ancient Netherese empire that fashioned them, of their residual magic so potent it sustained them still. The wizards of Netheril carved marvels out of the mundane, lifted the earth a lot for industry for sport. It was later still, after I learned my place at the High House, that I learned of the long shadow Netheril cast along the evolution of our craft, that their great flying cities fell in folly and flames does not diminish the wonders they wrought, and this stubborn aversion to studying them, to learning what they learned, is the very antithesis of God's teachings. Yes, many of the catastrophes inflicted upon the centuries were fruit born of the meddling with Nereus seeds. Yes, their last shining bastion fell into shadow, their lore twisted to Shar's dark and destructive designs. And yes, I say again, whether the High House will sanction it or no, to study the very flame of creation is worth it, even should the fires consume us. Ah, a true academic. Use? Wait, what does it say? Open.
I can't even see a lock to pick.
The Blade of Frontiers at your calling.
Oh, I didn't mean to talk to you. But, yeah, how does the Blade of Frontiers end up chasing a devil in the hells?
Fires raged in Baldur's Gate before she escaped to Avernus, as my source told it. And she was planning to return. One of the archdevils Ariel's own. Chaos incarnate, a devil with pure fire for a heart. I made my way to Avernus to stop her. She fled from my reach. Even climbed aboard the Mind Flayer ship as it screeched through the hells. I followed in close pursuit. I can't bear to imagine the lives Karlach might be taking. The damage she might be doing.
Who is this source of
A
yours?
powerful friend with a keen interest in privacy. I'm sworn to say no more.
You're a warlock, aren't you? I think that's related.
All right. What else is on your mind?
Well, a tadpole. Tell me, Will, how did you come to be the Blade of
My
Frontiers?
father once said, one does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call. So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse bled into the soil next to him.
Oh,
I don't
man.
remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after.
Hmm. Hmm. I don't think he would agree with that.
I left him with his uncles. 5 years on, and he's flourishing.
That's good.
If only every child was so lucky. I mourn the ones I could never save, whose cries I never heard. In the boy's tears, I finally saw the suffering wrought by the villains of the wild. The frontiers demanded a blade, and so I heeded.
Hmm. Hmm. And before
Baldur's
that?
Gate, born and raised, the only son of a single father. He wanted one life for me. I chose another.
Hmm.
We haven't spoken since I left the city. A classic drama. A staunch father and his rebellious son. Better heard from the bard's lips than mine.
I've noticed your stone eye.
A most vicious one, in fact. It's made from pure bloodstone, carved from the Galena Mountains just north of the Moonsea. A reminder that sometimes blood must be shed and sacrifices must be made. But that story is reserved for lifetime friends and calmer days. By all means.
I like Will. I really like Will. I hope I don't get him killed like I did to... Forgive me, it has been a few months. I forgot her name. I do want to revive her. I just don't know how to...
Over there.
Read. A deep crease in the spine makes the booklet fall open to reveal one recipe in particular. Neat writing in the corner marks it as an antidote for all known potions. This is it, the recipe that made me decide to publish my notes. The story might not interest you, but I shall record it for posterity. Feel free to skip to the actual recipe. No, I'll read through it. I've been doing a lot of reading this episode. I was sitting in the elf song, sipping my usual hot cocoa, the heat soothing the pain in my scale-less hands. A small child, human, stumbled through the door, sick as a dog. All the other patrons seemed like they wanted to help, but nobody could pay for an antidote for a stranger's child. Meanwhile, the ingredients were just lying around in the kitchen. Every single one of those people could have saved that child, but only I knew how. It felt like a crime. Extracts needed, this stuff, salts of mugwort, suspension of bullywug trumpet. Oh, that would explain why we've been seeing a lot of those in the study. Slowly trickle salt into suspension, stir clockwise until the concoction's consistency turns almost chewable. If there is a mechanic to make potions, I hope we actually have to, know how to do this, and this is, an actual game mechanic. That'd be really cool. Let's see. It might turn slightly green, but this is purely aesthetic and has no effect on the antidote itself. And remember, when in doubt with alchemy, just recall the rule of 3. Thrice the same ingredient forms and extract excellent. Okay, that's all. Oh, and we unlocked the recipe.
Just want my bed.
Can I talk to you further?
Any word on Master Halsin?
Oh, no. Uh,
He and the adventurers were headed to the ruined temple in the west.
the West.
Master Halsin studied that drow for days, and he was sure something at the temple could help his research. I'm praying he was right.
Okay. So we should probably prioritize that. Okay. Bear. Servants' quarters. Oh, yeah, there was one guy who, yeah, you. I don't like you too much. Let's see. I was seeing if there's anything here I could read.
Tempers are rising. It's clear not everything you find is at your disposal.
Oh. Alright, I can't read a book? What's wrong with reading? My goodness. Actually, I probably am not allowed to read anything here, so let's just leave. Oh my gosh, it's you, Findal!
Oh, my savior. I wish you could have visited in better times.
Oh, I was hoping to have more of a conversation with you. Wrath?
I wish I could offer more assistance. For now, I must keep a close watch on Korga.
You do that.
I hope to see both you and Halsin again soon.
And we've already have a... Oh, that's you whistling. I was like, who's whistling? Alright. Can I talk to you?
Leave. You are not wanted here.
Oh. Okay. Well then, let's go, folks. Let us head west. Alas. Alright. Let's be on the lookout for Halsin. Oh, wait, there's... We can go this way.
Confidence, if you insist.
And this way? What is this way? Ooh. Moon, sun, all reminds me.
It hurts! It hurts!
What?
Please, make it stop.
Slow down. Shh, you're ruining the song.
Can't you hear it? Her singing. It's awful.
Aww. It is quite a record. You could just spare your ears by leaving. Sing along with the bard as loudly and off-key as you can. Don't mock her. She's trying her best, I assume.
Oh no. Whatever shall we do?
More witless creatures. More ear bleed. My head is melting. I'm leaving before the damage is permanent.
Aww.
Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away. Words of mine will change. No. Become. Change? No. Damn it!
Are you alright?
I'm moments away from a grisly death. At the hands of this bloody song. I can't... Nothing fits, you know?
I can relate to this wholeheartedly.
True. And when you finally perfect a song, there's nothing like it. But when you're stuck and it's just getting worse, ugh.
I don't know. I mean, Damien would be like, I'll try my best to help.
It can't hurt. I have an extra lute, if you want.
Yeah.
My teacher, Lihala.
Aw.
She loved dancing. had two left feet, mind. I remember waking up one night on the road and seeing her, dancing beneath the stars, a huge smile on her face. Thinking of it now, my heart hurts. And my words just seem to crumble, like ash.
Oh.
Wait. Words of mine will turn to ash. That's perfect.
See, I don't even need to play. I just need to, you know, spark that creativity and inspiration. Keep going. What would you say to your teacher if she were here right now?
That it's okay. That I'll be okay. And thank you for everything.
Yeah.
Moon, moon reminds me of your grace. All the love I can't repay. Wait.
Oh, we're getting a musical number.
Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away. Words of mine will turn to ash when you call the last light down. Moon reminds me of your grace. All the love I can't repay. Rest and know that I will pray. Farewell, my dear old friend. Moon, sun, oh, remind me of your grace. Faith, care, all the love I can't repay. Moon, sun, oh, remind me of your grace. Faith, care, all the love I can't repay.
Will. Where's Shadowheart? Why'd they keep Shadowheart out of that shot? Bear?
Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away. Words of mine will turn to ash when you call the last light down. Moon reminds me of your grace. All the love I can't repay. Rest and know that I will pray. Farewell, my dear old friend. Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away.
That was really good. Again, they're
Sorry.
keeping Shadowheart out of the... Oh, there she is! That song was beautiful. Worthy of a few tears.
Thanks. That's the first time I've played since Lihala died. My teacher. She was playing her lute. We didn't hear the gnolls coming. There was so much blood. I can still smell it.
That's a little rude to say. Yeah.
She'd yell at me for that clunky verse and make me play till my fingers were raw. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. finish the Weeping Dawn. For her. I've a long way to go. But thank you. I needed this.
I'm really happy I was able to help. I really am. Man. Man, oh man, it's good to be back. It's good to be back in Baldur's Gate. So yeah, anyhow, that's it. Bye.